Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we're going to talk about the new patch and the new sort of mini update, which actually has a lot to it. But first, we have to address the elephant in the room. I changed my name. That's right, I changed my name to Improve MFF Cynic. Now, that's not really important unless you want to look up my account, or maybe you want to make sure that you're playing with me in GBR or DRX. There's no phonies running around. There's only one Improve MFF Cynic, and that's me. No, what I'm talking about is spending money. I did in fact spend $40 last night on stream in order to get the White Fox uniform, which I can now not locate. I did get this uniform. Now, I understand this is immediately going to create the Pandora's box experiment explosion, and people are going to say all these negative things and have all these negative thoughts, etc. But I just want to, get it straight, and I just want to be very straightforward about it. I was really happy, and I am really happy with the changes to World Boss KNULL and the increase in rewards. We tried, and I tried for almost 2 months straight to boycott and to not spend any money to get through to the developers. So I tried that. It didn't work very well. It sort of worked, right? It sort of worked. It sort of didn't work. So now I want to try something else. They made a good decision. They did the right thing, in my opinion, by the players. They're introducing challenging content that rewards you for playing the game and for investing, and then it accelerates your investment. That's how the game modes should be. So I think it makes sense for me to try this route instead. Reward them with some spending. If they see players, engagement, players are playing more, they're spending more. Wow, maybe we should introduce more reward buffs. So I'm hoping that it works. I know there's going to be people that disagree with me. I know there's going to be people that think my decision was wrong and it's bad for the game and whatever. I'm not going to start spending hundreds, thousands of dollars just throwing, cash down the toilet at the game. I get the uniform. I can review the uniform for you guys. I can show you how good it is, whether it's worth your money or not. It's a cool uniform for me. Personally, I like it aesthetically. I do have some complaints about it. It's not perfect, but that is what it is. As far as KNULL World Boss and why this basically changed my opinion and sort of made me comfortable spending, I just want to give you guys a brief rundown of what rewards you can expect from playing KNULL. And this is whether or not he's your world boss of the day. It does not matter. So brace yourself for this bevy of screenshots. Here's one, here's another, here's another, here's another, here's another, here's another, here's another, another. These are all unique screenshots from multiple different players, all tonight. Myself, I played KNULL 5 times. I beat him 5 times. He was not my world boss of the day. As you can see, Scarlet Witch was my world boss of the day. I got 109 CCF from KNULL. That means that, again, even if I am super unlucky, I can expect between 75 and 110 CCF per day for 30 days. 75 and 110 divided by 2 is 92.5 CCF on average, which would give me almost 3,000 CCF a month just by playing KNULL 150 times a month. That is insane. That is so much CCF. It's so much CCF that after 3 or 4 months, or maybe 6 months of that much CCF, it may be possible for players, not just myself, but other players, to use CCF for awakening potential, for enhancing potential, and save the black antimatter, and save the Chaos Norn Stones, and save the gambling, the 10% method, which spends more gold on average. Imagine a game like that, where you're getting so much CCF that you don't know what to do with it. That's actually possible now, because I can legitimately farm 3,000 or more CCF a month. And I know what some of you are going to say, because you're still upset about the spending money and the boycott and stuff. Oh, but I can't play KNULL. Well, I'm gonna work my butt off, because I'm your content creator. I'm gonna work my butt off creating guides for you guys to beat KNULL, because in my opinion, with how good the rewards are for KNULL and how important CCF is for your account and for your progression, you have to prioritize getting to KNULL as soon as possible. If you can already play KNULL, if you've already unlocked KNULL, congratulations. All you got to do is master the fight. If you can't play him right now, and you don't want to spend hours banging your head against the door, do your regular 5 world boss runs against whoever your regular world boss is, and then practice in the training mode against KNULL. so you're not stressed out about losing your runs for the day or not getting your rewards or whatever. But with 100% certainty, I can say that every single player in the game, even brand new players, should be angling to get to null as soon as possible. You know how we give new players that suggestion, that advice, right? Save up your first 6,600 crystals in order to get a deluxe pack character, because the deluxe pack character not only gives you a really strong character like Invisible Woman back in the day as a striker with the charm and the all defense down, or more recently Richard Rider for the support leadership, or now Moonstone, but it gives you that mission that you can farm forever. That idea that you can farm it forever and it will give you rewards forever. This is why I was asking them, rather than changing Sentry's gears, rather than just taking the CCF out of Sentry's gears and not doing anything else, the fact that they improved the rewards permanently. They're never going to go back and change these rewards and reduce them. At least I hope not, or we riot. But you get what I'm trying to say. So you can farm this forever. So I strongly recommend, again, it's a minimum of 75 CCF per day. You don't have to play stage 5. You can go and play stage 1 every single day. Doesn't matter. And you'll get better and better at it, and it'll get easier and easier. And don't worry about needing, if you think you need, 500 plus raid level. I've already spoken to players who have about 200, maybe 250 raid level, and they can do it without having crazy cards, no crafted, no reforged CTPs, all this stuff. So it's not out of reach for a lot of players. I think maybe some of you guys out there, I think maybe 10, 20, 30% of players think that they just can't play null, that they're just not there yet, and you're a lot closer than you think. You're a lot closer than you think. So that was basically the turning point for me. I did my 5 null runs. I felt really good about all the CCF that I got. Everyone was having fun with the game that was watching. I was having fun with the game. I was really happy, and I just thought, you know what? I don't really see there being a problem here. I don't think it's going to destroy the game or whatever to do this. And on the flip side, it's giving the devs some data that they can actually work with. They're not going to see a spike in revenue tonight or tomorrow and attribute it to Sentry. Right? They're not gonna see the spike in revenue and be like, oh, people are happy that we buffed Sentry, or oh, people are happy that we gave Molecule Man his tier 3. No, they're gonna see a spike in everyone playing Null World Boss, and they're gonna understand, oh, we improved the rewards, and players played the content, and players got rewards, and players were happy, so they spent money. If we make the players happy, they will make us happy and make our wallets happy. Again, I can't guarantee that they're going to see the data that way, but they should see the data that way, because that's honestly how it is. I cannot tell you how many dozens of players messaged me so happy. Even players, you can go on my Discord and see, you can go on the Discord and see, the community Discord, and see players who spent 45 minutes or an hour to clear null for the very first time, and then they got 30 CCF. It's the connection of effort to rewards. This is something we've been missing in Marvel Future Fight for years. And, you guys will be quick to remind me, oh, Alex, your hashtag ABX rewards initiative failed. It did fail. And that's really a bummer. That really sucks, because I put a lot of effort, and there's thousands of other players that put a lot of effort into ABX, and they don't get rewarded properly. And I still think they should improve the rewards for ABX, and I still think they should reward players properly. But you know what I can say now confidently? That if you invest for null, you will be rewarded properly. And that's really good. So at least they got it right. For once, for a change, they actually got it right, and the right rewards are in the right place. So I'm honestly really happy about that. I'm just honestly really happy about that. I'm also happy about Moonstone and White Fox. Pretty insane buffs. I mean, Moonstone was already insane. Now she has an awakening skill. Just in case you're wondering, if you transcend Moonstone, she can do null super easily. She has insane value, and she does not need a CTP. And if you do give her a CTP, it would be a CTP of energy. So she is still bananas. And then White Fox, very, very strong. And the cool thing about White Fox now is that you don't need to use Nimrod or another support. So for example, if you look at my old setup here, actually you won't be able to see it because I already ruined it. But my old setup for Proxima stage 99, one of my clears was to use White Fox with Nimrod and Mr. Fantastic. And so I would use White Fox's leadership. I would switch to Mr. Fantastic, build up his tier 3, switch to Nimrod, use the all defense down skill, minus 75%, then switch to Mr. Fantastic and attack. You don't need to do that anymore. I mean, White Fox on her own is really good, so she might be able to clear stage 99 of Proxima. It's a huge buff for her. But even if she can't clear stage 99, even if you don't want to play as White Fox, you can just drop Nimrod. It's minus 70 instead of minus 75, so there's going to be a little bit of a difference, but she has more buffs now. And so you can actually do this, or this, or this, or you get what I'm saying. And she basically doubles as both the leadership and the all defense down applying support character. Because now with her new uniform, her fourth skill has minus 70% all defense down for 7 seconds. And it applies very quickly, and the targeting is much better than Nimrod's fourth skill that requires the enemy to sort of stand in the lightning. Nimrod's still really good. I don't think White Fox has reduced Nimrod's value, but I'm saying that she is now comparable to Nimrod in that sense as a standalone character. She has accumulation, minus 70 all defense down. She's got a 5-second charm here. She's got a paralysis here. Very, very strong. And she's got a buff here for 8 seconds. So really, really strong character. My build is pretty normal. Nothing too insane. And I've got a stage 6 Power of Angry Hulk. And I've actually got a CTP of Insight, because I was using her strictly as a support character. Let me show you what she can do here. This is, okay, not on stage 99 with an Insight, but we'll go down to stage 70 just to show you guys, just to give you guys a brief glimpse into what she can do. And we'll give her triple support. So she has support from Coulson, and she has support from Valkyrie. Now, the one thing I will say, there's actually two criticisms I have of her uniform. One, I don't think the devs spent long enough on her animations. I usually don't complain about animations because they're usually the best part of the character in the uniform, but for White Fox, I have to say that the animations are definitely not that good, and they could definitely be a lot better. So I think they need to go back into the lab here on her uniform, and they need to improve her animations a little bit. They need to add more ice effects, more snow effects, more cold effects. There's just not enough. There's not enough of a feeling that she's like a cold, wintry, snowy character. But you will feel that burr when you see how much damage she's doing to Proxima, because it's absolutely bananas. Again, this is a CTP. We're going to skip that paralysis, by the way. She's never going to do this. She's never going to drop her Britney Spears, because we paralyzed her. We actually charmed her. We charmed her while she was doing the animation. So we actually just skipped all that. And she's going to die here. Done. That was a 44-second clear for stage 70 with a CTP of Insight. So imagine her with a proc Obelisk. Imagine her with a CTP of Energy, or even a CTP of Rage. She could easily do stage 99 with a Rage, I have no doubt. And the cool thing is, now with her new uniform, she has a way more buffs. So all of this extra stuff, now she's giving 65% increased damage to villains and 30% damage reduction. So she's going to provide more defense. And her uniform effect is going to give all hero allies, so it doesn't matter if they have the leadership tag or not, all hero allies, so she has a wider bonus, will get 15% attack, 10% chain hit, and 30% ignore dodge. Really, really good for all heroes on the team, not just leadership heroes. So yeah, her value skyrockets as a support type, but remember, I said I had two criticisms of the uniform. The first criticism, like I said, is the animations on her skills. I don't feel that they're Christmas and wintry enough. Groot's animations are way nicer. Holiday Lady Deadpool, Cable's, well, Cable's are not that nice either. It's just like a little bit of splish splash. But like, you know, Enchantress, Gwenpool, Holiday Lady Deadpool, and Groot got amazing animations. But I feel like White Fox and Cable didn't. But that's only one criticism. My second criticism is that you may not need this uniform at all. Now, I know I said it's a really good buff for her, and it's also a really good buff for the support that she does, and that's true, but what I said before that was play Null as much as you can. Unless White Fox gets a tier 3 or an Awakening, you can't use White Fox against Null. And you also can't use White Fox against Null as a leadership, because Null is immune to all debuffs, including all defense down. So you cannot use all defense down to, you know, apply that debuff to do more damage to him. So Holiday Lady Deadpool is not good against Null, first of all, and White Fox can't even be used. Now, if she gets a tier 3 or an Awakening, she may be really good for Null because she has accumulation, but not because of her all defense down, because the all defense down does not apply, and the debuff leadership doesn't matter because you can't debuff Null. So it's kind of a tricky situation. Amazing uniform, will easily slaughter Proxima, could actually do Cull as well because it's -70 all defense down, which means it goes up to -98. So she can do Cull Obsidian World Boss. She can obviously destroy Corvus. She can be a support character for Ebony to apply all defense down. She can do Quicksilver and Cable and Scarlet, so she can do almost every single World Boss well as a main damage dealer or as a support / leadership. But with the shift to everyone playing Null, you may buy the uniform and then not end up using her that much. However, asterisk, if she gets an Awakening / Tier 3 in the next 11.5 months, you'll want that uniform to buff her up in order to bring her into Null. So it's a bit of a gamble in that sense. It's a bit of a like, you're investing now hoping that she gets something in the next 11.5 months. I have no idea when she's going to get a Tier 3 or an Awakening. I imagine she probably wouldn't get an Awakening. She might get an Awakening. I don't know. I don't know. She seems more like a Tier 3 character. She's more of an OG character. She's more like Crescent and Luna and stuff. But yeah, so I think it's a little bit of a gamble. Last but not least, I want to give you guys a little bit of insight into Groot. I didn't actually end up buying Groot's uniform, although I do have more crystals now. I spent 500 crystals changing my name, and that's it. The thing with Groot is it's just not good enough. Unlike White Fox, he just doesn't get enough buffs. His skills look cute, but from everyone on the stream, and again, shout out to all you guys on the stream who bought Groot's uniform and then let us know in the comments while we were live chatting, they weren't impressed. They said, you know, he's good. He's definitely way better than he ever was. So hardcore Groot fans are definitely going to want to pick up this uniform. And this uniform, unlike White Fox's, you can definitely tell this is like holiday cheer. You got the presents exploding. You've got the sort of, you know, stars bouncing up and down. You've got the Christmas hat on Groot, of course. You've got the giant Christmas tree. Like, this is great, right? Aesthetically, his uniform is amazing. But this is probably the weakest uniform out of the now 6 holiday uniforms that we have. I would say his uniform is the weakest, then probably Gwenpool's. Then it's really a toss-up from there on who's next, because the next 4, you know, Holiday Lady Deadpool, White Fox, Enchantress, and Cable are all just fantastic. But yeah, unfortunately, this is probably the first miss. This is probably the first skip of the holiday uniforms. Hopefully they don't make these mistakes in the future, because these uniforms are once a year, they're full cost, or they cost real money. So they really need to put a lot of effort into this. Otherwise, you know, it's just an easy skip for the players. So yeah, I would say unless you're a huge fan of Groot, don't go ahead and pick up this uniform. It does not change his striker skill. Apparently he does his 2nd skill as a striker. He does not do his 5th skill, unfortunately enough. The 5th skill is the one that would have the heal, those little circles on the ground. But as you can see, the circles on the ground, they go away really fast. So you don't really have much time to stand there if he's striking for you to pick up those heals. Maybe players will test Groot more and find some uses for him. He does have a -50 all defense down and lightning resist down, but there's just not much use for that right now in the game. Again, none of those things apply to Null, so you have to start looking at these characters and these uniforms through a bit of a different lens, which is honestly really exciting in my opinion, to move away from these debuffs and start looking at raw damage and self buffs and accumulation as a better indicator of a character's strength, especially if you're going to take on the symbiote god, which is sick. No other Marvel mobile game has any Null related content, and we have now the best farming content against Null. So honestly, that makes me pretty hype. Poor Hyperion. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I know I'm going to get some backlash, so I'm ready for it. Love you guys as always. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.